A house in Otterbein was on fire not once but 3 times in just a little more than 24 hours. News Channel 18's Elizabeth Rentschler brings us more on the fire that one investigator says could have taken out an entire block of homes.
12 firefighters responded to a house fire in Otterbein early Sunday morning, and after half an hour had the fire under control. But several hours later, they were back again, and on Monday morning, again. Otterbein Fire Captain David Hutzel says the home collapsed inward, creating hot pockets that can continue to smolder. He says this particular home had hot pockets that were difficult to extinguish.
Basically, the fire that's really keeps flaring is in the middle of the house where we can't get to. We had crews come in, we put some more water on it, and we have not been back since. So I'm hoping we've got enough water that's finally soaked into that middle section of the house to keep it from flaring back up.
Hutzel says the house on Church Street in Otterbein was home to a family of 7. At the time of the fire, the family had only lived there 3 days. Hutzel says he lives just a few blocks away from the home and says when he received the 911 call, he could already see black smoke from his window. And just minutes later, it looked even worse.
By the time we left to get to this station and get here, we had heavy fire already out of the roof, and it looked like the sun was coming up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Fire officials say the fire didn't just affect the family living in this home. In fact, they say the fire spread next door to these duplexes, displacing 2 other families.
But at this point, what's left in the duplexes are going to be unsalvageable. Chairs and what have you like that, there's nothing that we could have saved there.
Hutzel says despite using more than 17,000 gallons of water, the house where the fire started is also a total loss. Hutzel says he's just thankful nobody was hurt and says a fire this size had the potential to cause massive amounts of destruction.
We got pretty lucky because I think if we didn't get it under control like we did, we'd have had a big mess on our hands. We could have had a potential of losing the whole block.
Elizabeth Rentschler, News Channel 18.